Find the volume of the composite solid below. The cone has a slant height of 3 units. So let's identify that. There's my slant height, and also identify the 3D figures that's comprising this composite. All right, cylinder and a cone. I have a cylinder, and then I must add the cone. All right, we know we're doing volume. Underline that. I don't have the vertical height for my cone. I have to find it. Here's my vertical height, and this is the radius. Okay, diameter goes all the way across from one point on the circle through the center to the other end. Other point on the circle is 4. That's diameter. So diameter is 4. Divided by 2 is, divided by 2 is 2. That's radius. Right. So we can go ahead and calculate this vertical height here. And let's do this. Point to that and take the square root, and then put the 3 squared first, because that's my C. Always goes first when I'm going to subtract the leg. Okay, subtract 2 squared. That we approximately on paper 2.2. So the formula for cylinder volume, be in the volume section, and the form, so pi r squared times the height plus, now go to the cone, find me the volume of that. The formula for that would be 1/3. Now I want you to replace that capital B. I want you to use the pi r squared. All right, so remember, every one of these, this is pi times r squared times h. Okay, so 1/3 times pi times r squared times the height. Now, the height for the cylinder is right here. Let's keep our thoughts organized. All right, we know the radius will be the same for both because the cone has the same shape circle as it does for the cylinder. Replace the pi with 3.14. So 3.14 times 2 squared. This is my radius. Okay. So r is 2. Don't forget to square that. And the height we found for the cylinder as it was given. Let's bring that in. 3 plus, bring down this 1/3, replace pi with 3.14, and the radius is still the same as 2. Make sure to square it going into the formula. 2 squared, and then times height. And remember, if you ever get confused, go back up height of the cone. All right, so we need the height of the cone, which is 2.2. And right here I'm going to write 2.2, but when I go to the calculator, I'm going to error. Follow along with me here, and I want you to start typing in 3.14 times 2 squared times 3 plus control divide. Get that fraction. 1/3 times 3.14 times 2 squared times, now on paper we wrote 2.2. Now let's look at this. If I use in all of this, okay, all of these decimal places, and I'm going to get this number here. And now let's just see what happens if I only used the 2.2 instead of all of those, leaving it as 2.2 here. Alright, you see the big difference here. Now, of course, if you round now, you would get 46.9 instead of 47.0. There's a little bit of difference.